Good morning, everyone. It's Melody at the Iowa Quilt Museum here in Winterset, Iowa. It is 9 a.m. on a Thursday morning, so it's time to do a Facebook Live. Our current exhibit is Tiny Pieces, Vast Vision. Today we're going to look at Susan Lapham's quilt, one of her quilts here and here. Before I get started though, real quick, just a reminder, Iowa Quilt Festival's in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. You still have time. We still have spaces. Quilt retreat, we still have room for that. We feed you breakfast and lunch. That's great. We have classes, we have lectures. Check it out. IowaQuiltMuseum.org. Go to events. Little drop tab will come down, and there's only 2 options. The bottom option, 2025 Iowa Quilt Museum or Iowa Quilt Festival. Click on that. You'll see all the information where you can volunteer. Love to have some volunteers. Where you can sign up for classes, lectures, and for the quilt retreat. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining. Okay, so let's get started. Today we're going to talk about Susan Lapham. You will know her work. Okay, 4 ladies, all very distinct in their own style. You can know who's who by just looking at them. But they're similar in the way they piece tiny little pieces, make big quilts, hence the name Tiny Pieces, Vast Vision. So let me read a little bit about Susan Lapham because it kind of explains her work to me. It makes a little more sense. Not that her work doesn't make sense, it's wonderful, but Susan Lapham is an abstract textile artist who dances between the design wall and sewing machine. She inspired by her unusual childhood, crossing 5 continents, learning 3 languages, and managing 4 brothers. Her vibrant, geometric, and exquisitely colored work has been exhibited widely in fine art museums, and she lists all of them, and now she can add the Iowa Quilt Museum to it. But it says she received a degree in cartography and statistics and worked as a map maker and researcher until her retirement in 2023. She spends her creative time in the studio in Vienna, Virginia. So when people look at her work, they do think an overview of a city with parks and streets and buildings. So we're gonna take a look at that. But the series that we have in here is called Playland. And so I found a little blurb on Playland, her inspiration for these 6 that are in here. Playland Park in Rye, New York includes an amusement park, ice skating rink, saltwater pool, boardwalk, beach, and wildlife sanctuary. In operation since 1928, it maintains the original Art Deco charm, proudly billing itself as America's premier playland. I spent many best ever days there during high school. So I kind of wanted to read that because we're going to look at Playland 2. And let me pull it up, and it is in the book, and you can order the book online through our website or purchase it here, and they will be here. Susan Lapham will be here along with Deb Kashat and Nirja Lorenz, and you can meet them. And their book is here, and there's a meet and greet on Saturday. They're doing a gallery walk Thursday night, and you can also sign up for a Q&A panel with them Thursday afternoon if you were interested. But there's their book. We're gonna look at Playland number 2. It says, away from the tumult of the Midway, bumper cars may not have the panache of the roller coaster, but my older brother and I, they were essential. Hold on, I'll turn you around so you could look at what I'm reading about. Getting behind the wheel and landing a good ka-thunk or 2 made our day. So this is Playland number 2, inspired by bumper cars at Playland Park in Rye, New York. So let's just take a look. I chose this one today for the colors because it's just, there's one with a little more color, but I think it's a good introductory to spring colors. Peonies are blooming, irises are popping, and so all these colors just really made me want to feature this one in particular today of hers. But we'll take a closer look at her quilting. I believe, actually, she didn't quilt it. John, I'm not saying that last name. John with a great last name, he did it. Not embarrassing myself today. Well, I guess I already did. There's his last name right there. That guy, he quilted it. So let's take a closer look at her piecing and his quilting. And if I'm right, and you can correct me, I believe this is called matchstick quilting, where it's really tight like this. But you can see her piecing in here. And I noticed too that the quilting kind of jumps a little bit when it gets into some of her little, her piecing. So here and here. And it's really tight in here. I don't know if it's just more noticeable because it's in this black. I don't think so, because look at the difference in the spacing here. Oh, it's a little tiny piece. I love these little tiny pieces in here. Hence the name, right, everybody? And none of these quilts, I don't believe, none of them have the binding. I do not remember what this is called when it comes all the way to the edge. And somebody that's on here that is a quilter, maybe could drop it in the comments. That would be so helpful. Well, look at all these little pieces right in here. You know, I had one friend come in and she's like, yeah, these are really great. I love the artistry of them, but I'm such a traditional quilter. She loves antique quilts. She loves traditional quilting. And then I had another friend come in and she loves Susan Lapham's pieces. In fact, she wants one as a print. She just loves it so much. And her house is more of a mid-century modern house. Oh, look at these. I mean, we just have wonky pieces in here too we're piecing. They're not all squared. So I just love to hear what inspires them, what they think when they look at something like this, or like Nirja's, or any of the other two ladies that are in here. It's a really fun piece. Love the colors over here. The pinks and the reds and the oranges. And you mix in a little lime green dot in there. Super fun. Again, this is Playland number 2, inspired by bumper cars at Playland in Bryan, New York. Wow, are we gonna come under 10 minutes today? I even started a little late, didn't I? Okay, everybody. Oh, you could see, she's got another one. I think that's Playland number 5 over there. No, we did 5. That's Playland number 3. We'll get to that one some other time. Thanks for joining this morning. Iowa Quilt Festival in 2 weeks. Go to our website. You could still sign up for retreat, classes, lecture, the gallery walk, and the airing of the quilts. You can sign up to help volunteer. I would love that. We would all love that. That would be so wonderful. If you do the airing of the quilts, 3 of these ladies will be here for a meet and greet, and that is included in your airing of the quilts ticket. I feel like there was something else I was going to tell you, and I'm going to end this video and go, dang it. I don't remember now. Oh, I do. So you know we're here on Facebook, obviously, because you're here watching. But I also do a little video on Instagram, just like I'll do a little feature video of Playland number 2 here. And then I also just started a TikTok account. So if you want to go over there, there's a whole quilt of TikToks, Quilt Talk out there. If you're like, I don't want to do TikTok, that's for kids, whatever. There is a quilting community out there in TikTok, and I have joined it. So go out there and check that out. And I've also started putting these videos on YouTube. So if you have a friend that's not on Facebook anymore but wants to watch these videos, let them know they can go over to YouTube and watch them there. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining. We will see you next Thursday at 9 a.m. It will be our last one before the festival. Do I do one during the festival? Oh, good golly. Did I? Do I? Can you see the panic that's just running through my head right now? Okay, anyway, doesn't matter. We'll deal with that when it comes up in 2 weeks. Have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. And, it's John Wayne Days here in Winterset. Just in case you want to drive over, come celebrate John Wayne. That's also this weekend here in Winterset, Iowa. I hope to see you. And, okay, I'll end it now. This is like a Midwestern goodbye. All right, see you later. Watch for deer. Okay, and have a wonderful weekend.